Yeah, man, today I'll be reacting to another Atozy video, which I didn't even realize came out. I think at the time of this recording, this came out 4 days ago, even though I'm subscribed, hit the bell and all that. It didn't notify me for some reason, so yeah. And a related note, you should subscribe to me if you haven't already. So yeah, this one's titled Disrespectful IRL Streamer Now Facing 36 Years in Korean Prison. I believe last time it was 31. So something has been added, maybe multiple things have been added, I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
This disrespectful IRL streamer continues to prove to the world that he is in fact the dumbest streamer to ever walk on earth, because at this point I just feel like a broken record as this dude just continues to make an absolute fool out of himself. By now,
like, if I think like in the past Atozy's done recaps of Ramsey's previous antics in each video. But I mean, if he was doing that for every single one, I feel like this wouldn't be just only 16 minutes, right? It probably would have been 30.
Now, threatening the judge and his mother.
Wait, what? What?
Continues to make an absolute fool out of himself. By now,
that's not smart.
Threatening the judge.
Has now threatened the judge and the judge's mother. He's getting life, isn't he? Okay. A while ago, after his first court hearing, I posted a video when Johnny was heading to his second court hearing, but he not only threatened the judge's mother, he made racist. Okay.
And his mother.
The judge, the prosecutor, y'all can suck my chest.
Right.
Yeah, suck my on soft. Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge.
I don't think you can even do that here. Like, sure, we have freedom of speech, but it's definitely not freedom of consequences, right?
You can suck my. I'll bring a fish to your mother's house.
It's even stricter over there.
He is now facing 36 years in South Korean prison, and his genius idea is to threaten the dude who has his freedom in his hands and the judge's mother. Because why not? While we're at it, right? Like I said this on Twitter, but at this point, Johnny's essentially pen testing the South Korean judicial system because he is doing the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing when you're facing serious prison time every step of the way. So I mean, whatever they end up giving him will send a clear message to the world if South Korea welcomes streamers to harass.
Yeah, they can't. Like at this point they can't be lenient. Otherwise, it's just gonna open up the door for other nuisance streamers, right? So, if it was at the beginning, like when he was first charged with all the stuff, and so like let's just hypothetically say he would play nice, then they probably would not have like made super punishing. I guess like the punishments will not be as harsh, I should say, right? But like ever since that, just making him digging a bigger hole and making things worse, and like there's no way they can just let him go with a slap on the wrist. Like that just wouldn't make sense.
Ask their citizens for content or not. So basically, as some of you guys have noticed, I've been traveling for the last 10 days, which is
oh wait, I probably forgot. Closed captions.
Why there's been way fewer uploads, but we're back to way more uploads now. But anyway, a lot has happened since I made my last video on Johnny in a hotel lobby. Obviously, he went to court again, and if you thought things were bad for him the time I went to the trial, it's so much worse this time. As he's now facing additional charges, and there will now be multiple witnesses testifying against him in the next trial. But you may be asking, how did he show up? Did he go through and do the whole black pointy robe thing like he was claiming he was gonna do? Well, not really. He rocked the usual MAGA hat. I guess that is just his Hail Mary in hopes our current administration will somehow pass him one of those.
I hope not. Like say what you want about like either party. I hope neither party bails him out. So yeah, like for some reason I feel like actually I'm not gonna say
get out of jail free cards from Monopoly. But unfortunately for Johnny, nobody is rallying to free this dude. Like as everyone except for the 20 people who watch his streams in support of him believe he's made his own bed. But speaking of the rope, from what I can tell before the trial, one of their neighbors saw Hank and Johnny using it to film some video on top of the roof of Hank's apartment building in Seoul. And naturally, they posted this video right after the trial was over.
Right.
The truth.
I like how it's censored. I think Atozy did the censoring, but I like how it's censored.
That I am the modern day
Letitia Harley, and I am
Okay.
being assassinated by modern-day Wu top Koreans.
No, you're not.
I have a
You're being assassinated by your own actions, that which you stream to the world and is being used against you in a court of law.
dream that I may not be sentenced to 10 years of hard labor in South Korea.
He's comparing that to that. Come on. That is completely different. That is like,
That I may not be.
what was it?
I have a dream.
Yeah. Like, I don't think MLK Jr. made that speech because he was doing the stuff that Ramsey was doing, right?
That I
Sure,
may not
surely
be
not.
sentenced to 10
Like-
years of hard labor in
Like
South
my memory is bad, but I don't think that he was doing that in history.
Korea for the simple crime of spilling a cup of noodles.
Again, I said this before. Spilling, it means like has some sort of degree of accidental thing to it, right? Like you spilled a cup, you didn't mean to spill the cup, but you spilled it. So it was like by accident, whether it be moving a hand or accidentally bumping the table or something like that. It was an accident, but what he did was not spilling. It was intentionally pouring and throwing the noodles out to people, harassing people. And yeah, it was all intentional. All for like, what, a few
That is
bucks?
my main charge.
No, it's not. It's the deepfake charges that are in the main charges. Legal Mindset actually made a chart with all the current charges.
There's a chart. It's like a bingo chart. Or maybe it's like oh, is it Jeopardy? You got your listings of charges, and then they have to figure out which one is he's actually guilty for or not, or which he's accused for. But obstruction of business count 1, minor crimes act count 1, 2, obstruction of business count 2, deepfake count 1, 2, obstruction of business count 3. So I guess that's a new one. So I thought this one, oh, maybe it's not a new one because it has like an asterisk. So maybe like this one was the one that got dropped or something like because of lack of evidence.
So you see the one in the middle there for the loud music on the bus? Well, that was just added, and he pled guilty
Oh,
to
that one
that
was
one as
added.
well. So
Okay.
in total, he's already pleaded guilty to 5 of these charges, and then you have the 2 serious ones, which are the deepfake charges, which hold a maximum of 10.5 years in Korean prison each. And he pled not guilty, meaning he has to go fight those 2 in court, even though he live streamed himself doing what he's being accused of.
Exactly.
And to make things worse for him, and because of those pleas, the next court date, apparently witnesses will be testifying against him. I mean, just
Good.
imagine throwing away your life to be that.
Imagine like they bring witness testimony, but it's like you see a big line coming from the courtroom to like outside. It's that long.
Unfunny. Dude's no civil rights martyr. He's a guy who made a living off of harassing strangers in public
Right.
and live streaming their reactions against their will for profit. And because he goes way over the line for some basic attention online, he's now facing a maximum prison sentence of 36 years in South Korean prison. And clearly, this is getting to both of them. Both him
I did say if he puts a new video out, then it's just gonna be the same title, but the number is gonna be increasing, and that's true.
and his friend Hank. Because now that Johnny has decided to actually fight these charges, that means he's Hank's problem for even longer. Or well, this is
Yeah.
until Hank does the logical thing of just kicking him out from his apartment, because let's be real here, Johnny, he's made his own bed. But Dr. Ulrich Node, who is with
I feel like at this point, right, if Hank does kick him out, it surely can't be great for Hank, right? Because Ramsey knows where he lives. He can just harass Hank now as well. Or at least like do stuff in front of the building until he's actually put in like a holding cell or something like that.
us in the first court hearing, he actually went again and shared the notes with us of the court transcription so everyone can actually know exactly what happened in the second court hearing.
Okay.
So, 10 a.m., the judge enters the courtroom and everyone stands. Before this, a court officer instructed everyone to turn off their phones. The
Makes
audience
sense.
includes individuals from various backgrounds such as Australian, Pakistani, Korean, Korean American, Jewish, South African, and African American. There are about 10 people present. 10:10 a.m., the case begins. Johnny Smalley is scheduled for 10:40 a.m., but when the time comes, he is not in the courtroom.
He's late again. But then his voices were heard in the corridor, but they were not present, so I don't think he's like hungover this time, but I mean, we'll see.
Earlier, his and Hank's voices were heard in the corridor, but they're not present now. So, I mean, the dude is late for his second court case. He was really late for the first one. Apparently, he was late for this one as well. 10:44 a.m. Johnny's still not present, but a public defender enters the room. It's unclear if the defender is assigned to Johnny's case or if there's some confusion. 10:51 a.m. Johnny, also known as Khalid, is called. The court officer knows that Johnny was upstairs, but went downstairs again, and they're waiting for him to return. A minute later, Johnny enters the courtroom, this time without a smile, and sits in the proper seat. The court begins reviewing the charges he previously admitted to. 10:54.
I wonder what happened in that meantime. Like, in the whole, like, to be a fly to just like witness what happened to make him change his demeanor like that.
4 a.m. While the judge is checking the files, Johnny winks at me. Meanwhile, Hank, Johnny's accomplice, turns around and tries to intimidate the audience by making a scary face or serious face, which is not effective. 10:56 a.m. The judge asked Johnny if there was any change to his work or address, because remember last time he lied about not knowing his address, and then he also lied about being a student instead of a full-time streamer, which he was at the time. And then essentially by saying there was no change, he effectively lied yet again. But apparently the judge reminds Johnny that he has the right to remain silent, but it appears the judge doubts Johnny's ability to do so. Johnny says there is no change. Following this, the prosecutor reviews the previous charges, including the incident on October 12th, where Johnny caused a disturbance on bus number 471. By playing a loud ape sound and music, forcing the bus to stop. He repeated similar behavior on another bus on the same route, harassing passengers. Additionally, the prosecutor mentions that on October 13th, Johnny created a deepfake video of him kissing another man. The judge asked Johnny if he would like to proceed with a plea on the deepfake charges.
So I mean, the one I know was about with Bong Bong, right? So I guess this one was with I think Legal Mindset said with like other YouTubers that he was threatening to sue or something like that.
Johnny, through his lawyer, pleads not guilty to the deepfake charges. He asks Johnny for confirmation, which he confirms. The judge appears mildly surprised by the plea and asks for proof of innocence. The lawyer states that they currently have no proof and need time to gather.
This is the lawyer that has not won a case, right?
Oh boy. Unfortunately for him again, he is his own star witness. He live streamed himself doing this. So he's exactly what the prosecutors need to, but exactly not what the defense needs, when he's on the defense at least. But in response, the prosecution requests a witness examination, stating that since Johnny denies the charges, they need to present witnesses. The judge agrees to allow a witness examination, but notes that given the sensitive nature of the charges, the victim will decide if the court will be open or closed. This means that the public and press may be restricted depending on the victim's preference. Then Dr. Ulrich added some personal notes here where it says that Johnny seems to realize that he's actually in trouble here. Hank seems very stressed. After court,
I mean, you got someone like not being appreciative of you, trying to help him, and you're spending all this money possibly breaking ties with family. Of course he's gonna be stressed.
Two marched out and are followed by reporters. A reporter asked Johnny if he still thinks that Korea is a vassal state. It's so hard to take that thing seriously due to how ridiculous of a statement that was for him to begin with. It's just baffling to me, like, who is facing decades in prison and then goes out to the public media and says that Korea is a vassal state of the United States? Like, dude, what are you doing? But this time, Johnny apparently was a little bit wiser and he remains silent. And Hank takes on the role of the pseudo-lawyer saying Johnny has no further comments. And they reach the bottom of the stairs and Hank yells profanities and swears at the people's parents. So I guess they're just taking turns on crashing out. Last time, it was Johnny who was just acting out in court. Now, I guess it's Hank. But apparently they blunderingly walk into the underground level and are forced to come back up and walk through a crowd of anti-Johnny attendees. And then Ulrich apparently spoke Korean and told Johnny that he is terribly short. But Johnny didn't understand that, so he muttered profanities.
Oh, I kind of wish there was... I kind of wish he took pictures to see like how many... Like, it said there's a crowd, but like I wonder how big of a crowd it was.
In return, apparently. But again, thank you, Dr. Ulrich, for the transcription of what actually happened inside of the courtroom. But Johnny just continues to lie in court for no real reason. Everyone is already aware of how he's making his money in Korea.
Like, he's already, like, I mean, at least he's being serious and not hungover, but I guess baby steps. I don't know. Is that even progress?
So why he would do this and just continue to lie, it's beyond me. But again, I would also ask the same question to basically 90% of the things he does. None of it makes sense. He's already admitted that what he's doing is not worth it. So I don't know why he continues to double down and double down and double down when he's already admitted, hey, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm not getting paid for this anymore. Okay.
But like he said, like if I remember right, he said it wasn't worth it. And then like alcohol was a problem. Then like an hour later, he streamed drink like after being drunk or something like that. Like he might say it's not worth it, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't mean it at this point.
Why are you still doing stuff to make your penalty harsher and to add time to your current 36 years of potential South Korean prison time?
Maybe it's just big brain and trying to how should I put this, like release the burden of Hank and get a place rent free. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know.
It's just baffling how stupid this is. I mean, especially pleading not guilty to something he live streamed himself doing. That's bold
so
move,
weird.
especially when it's just gonna delay the inevitable sentencing and potentially give him a worse penalty if they do find him guilty for this.
That's so weird.
The next trial date, it's set for August.
It's like I recorded and streamed and like shown the world this thing that is literally not AI generated, but it was actually me that did it. I'm gonna say I didn't do it. Like, what's the logic there?
So if you want me to go there, drop a like on this video. But there's a little bit more to talk about today, because the YouTuber 15 Minutes of Shame, he's been posting a handful of videos over the last couple of days with clips from that stream that they did right after the trial day. And if I was gonna sum up the mood here, I would say that Johnny is still in this like in-between phase of denial and disbelief, and Hank is visibly hating his life with Johnny still living in a small apartment. Well, the first clip naturally isn't even about the trial, because Johnny is still he's just so interested in others talking about him and how the reaction is to him. He's more interested in that than his own freedom and trial. So apparently he's just worried about how Asmongold is reacting to his content.
Honestly, it's easy.
Really? I mean that I guess he is a big stream. He's like one of the most popular streamers, so I guess.
Easy content for him. The nigga sits there, he lets cockroaches crawl all over him, he drinks more soda pop than water.
Oh, I can't. Like, I don't think Asmon actually reacted to this Atozy video yet, so if that ever gets uploaded, I'll probably watch it on my own time, see what he thinks about this section.
Why am I calling it soda pop? But then he sits there, reacts to a Atozy video, and just says, oh, Johnny's cooked, Johnny's this, oh my god, he's a da 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 ha. But oh my god, the narrative is changing. When a lot of these react to my videos now, like especially the Twitch streamers, because since they changed the rule on Twitch that like you can watch banned Twitch stream, I'm a banned Twitch streamer technically. They changed the rule that you can watch banned Twitch streamers content. A lot of these are laughing at the situation now.
Dude, people are.
I mean, everyone's been laughing at the situation, or actually, they're either laughing at the situation or being disgusted at the situation. But yeah, that's always been. And I don't think it's always been a thing, but that's been a thing for a while, though.
Laughing at how you will so willingly destroy your life for attention, with basically zero upside other than attention. I mean, Johnny is trapped in South Korea for a long time. He's not making good money anymore, and he's forced to mooch off his friend, Hank, to get by. And clearly, all of this is really getting to Hank.
Hey, y'all got 3 more months of Johnny Somali freedom. Like, I don't. There's a lot. Like, they're gonna clip it. I already know these channels, and they're the that keep me relevant, bro. I can stream once a month, and I'm still relevant. My name is getting millions of views on YouTube, and I don't even have to do nothing. The last time I streamed was 2 weeks ago. That's crazy power.
I don't think it's power. That's like. The Golden Goblin thing is still in effect, because that's not power. Just people are interested. People are interested in seeing what other people think about it. And yeah, I know, like, I don't want to put like words in his mouth, but I feel like Atozy, I'm sure like made him a lot, but I feel like there has to be some part of him that doesn't want to cover this more, right? Like on the other hand, like, he does give him a lot of stuff, but
Yeah, you're in the middle of an international criminal case.
Yeah,
you're
that
facing
too.
36 years of prison time simply because you're a moron addicted to attention on the internet. When we first started covering him in Korea, he was basically only facing like a slap on the wrist. Because the first
Yeah.
time he was detained, etc., that was about walking around with the rotting fish on the bus and shit.
had he just complied, he probably would have just gone on to the next country, wherever that may be by now. But now it's like no.
Shoving it in people's faces. As we saw from the chart earlier, that was a fine and or up to 30 days in jail, worst case scenario, as that charge is essentially the equivalent of a misdemeanor. But I guess with the attention back on him from the commentary channels again, I guess he decides to just continue to act out in the worst way possible to keep videos being made on him. And
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, people are making money. I'm not making money off him because I don't have enough subscribers yet. If you want to sub, feel free. But yeah, it's like all these other people that are reacting, covering the story, they're making the money and he's not. And Hank's just getting stressed out. So it doesn't, like, the stuff he doesn't make sense.
now he's facing 36 years in prison. Congratulations, you played yourself? Like, that doesn't sound like power to me. That sounds like a
Exactly.
massive skill issue. Why'd you do that to yourself, dude? But he also revealed that allegedly someone from the US Embassy came to his most recent court date.
I don't want to say anything
Oh.
about the court, but let's just say there was somebody from the government at court today. That's not
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not private information. It's not private information. There was a representative from the U.S. Embassy at the court today. I'm just gonna put that out there. My country looking out for me.
No,
I'm a U.S. citizen at the end of the day,
no,
and they know this
please
is-
no.
Why would you assume that they're doing anything but monitoring the situation? Because again,
Yeah.
he left his American rights at home in America. Unfortunately, he still doesn't seem to realize he's at
Like, he's not even, like, I don't know the rules for like all the higher ups for like the American diplomats and all, like all the higher ups in like the government, right? But he's definitely not one of them, and he doesn't have those same, I guess, diplomatic immunities. So
the mercy of the South Korean judge that he is actively threatening on his streams.
so-
But this is
that's
what
so
Hank has to
dumb.
say revolving a lot of the
What
hate
he's
that Hank's
doing.
been getting for supporting Johnny.
I get partially, okay? Partially, I understand why Koreans are upset at Ramsey because, yeah, but
I'm not scared to say my name. My name is Ramsey. I love
what
it.
did I do?
what did he do? That's like saying, like, if the cops arrest like a getaway driver with a bank robber, right? And the getaway driver was like, "What did I do? All I did was drive a car. What did I do?" They're not thinking. Or maybe if they are, there's like some sort of skewed way of thinking. I don't know.
Why are they targeting me?
They're gonna clip this.
Oh,
Be
no.
be careful what you say.
I know.
Okay.
Just
Go ahead.
let me please say it, okay? What did I do that was so wrong? So just
You are currently and have been helping what seems to be the nuisance of South Korea. I don't
because
know.
my friend, like, let's say my friend screwed up. Then that means I should abandon my friend? Like,
I mean, if it depends on what your friend does. I mean, it's like, to me, it really depends what your friend does. If he's doing all this stuff, yeah, I talk to him about it. I confront him about it. I wouldn't help him do more things related to it, right?
like that,
That's just enabling them at that point.
that's not loyalty. Do you understand what loyalty is?
Dude, your friend didn't screw up. He's making an active decision every single day to make his own life. And
Like, there's to me, there's a difference between like loyalty and enabling, because I don't think it's the same thing. Although some people might get those things confused, right? Because like, if you're enabling someone, you might think you're being loyal to them, but you're actively helping in their downward spiral, and I don't think that's loyalty. I honestly don't think that's loyalty.
Your life as miserable as possible to get a little bit of attention online. He didn't even accidentally offend someone or accidentally commit a crime which puts you and your family in a position to have to pay for his legal representation. These are active decisions on his end as he continues to double down over and over and over again. You do not owe someone loyalty if they're actively destroying your life and damaging your relationship with your family, because friends don't do that. Johnny is definitely,
because like to me, I think the true loyalty is trying to get him to recognize his actions and like make him better, not like I said, not just enable the destructive behavior. Because like if you're friends with like let's say an alcoholic, I should say, for example, like I don't think loyalty is driving him or her or them to the bar or to the store to get more alcohol. That's not loyalty. That's just enabling the behavior. Like, come on.
not your friend if he's doing all that to you.
I shouldn't. I'm getting also punished by South Korea because of guilty by association. My mom and my
Don't
dad.
talk about your family. Don't talk about your family.
Okay.
Don't get these ammo.
But
Don't get emotional on stream.
but anyway,
When I get emotional, I troll. Don't be serious. Okay?
what did I do?
Right.
Just be careful.
Like,
I'm telling you.
seriously, I didn't insult Korea. I didn't.
I think he has, right? Like, I don't think directly, but he's been like the flag stuff. He's helping someone who has been known to be in favor of the North, which I guess in some way is insulting Korea too.
Insult comfort women. I actually told Ramsey. I mean, I would have told Ramsey not to do it if he was gonna do it.
I did it before I met you.
He did it multiple times though. Or was it before he met Hank?
He did it without my knowledge.
I mean, the more Hank talks, the more clear it is to me that Johnny is completely taking advantage of him. It seems like that Hank isn't really playing with a full deck of cards, so to speak. And to preface that, that's a complete speculation, as I don't know the guy.
Because like, didn't he get banned from America as well? Like, they deported him? Like, what was the reason for that?
But I also feel like that kind of showed in that interview he did back with the LA-based Korean podcast a few months ago about him and Johnny being jumped. But also just by like scraping the surface of how Hank was banned from the United States and his previous online political stunts and things, it would seem that he has quite a pattern of antisocial behavior. So I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny is one of his only friends, which is likely why he's so loyal to him. But at the end of the day, like, people are upset with Hank for going along with all this and directly financially supporting Johnny and enabling this guy's behavior.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get charged and stay here longer. I'm already planning to get you a room for yourself. Like,
Okay.
your unit, okay? Yeah. So
I'm sure his parents love to see where their money's going.
And my understanding here is if he actually goes ahead and sponsors an apartment for Johnny, that's not him paying for it. That's his family paying for it. And it also seems like, or well, he's admitted as well that his family hates Johnny. So why he would do that to his own family, that's questionable as well. Like, if you're talking about loyalty here, why are you not being loyal to your own family?
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Johnny is clearly very disappointed because, you know, he was hoping he was going to be able to leave after this court date.
Nope.
It sounds like within a month though you could be out of here.
It is a possibility. It is a
No.
possibility.
I mean, like if
No.
everything goes well with the thing, then it should just kind of be resolved, and you should be able to. You've got your passport still, so you
It's
should,
right here.
yeah, you should be able to just kind of
Does he?
dip that.
Yeah.
I thought they took it.
Yeah, I mean, the big takeaway here is don't harass strangers in public for your live stream.
Don't threaten the judge or the judge's relatives. That is residing over the case that you're in.
That could save you a whole bunch of headaches, clearly, as we know very well here on this channel. If you want me to go to the next trial, please drop a like on this video, and also shout out 15 Minutes of Shame, Legal Mindset, and Dr. Ulrich Noad for making this video possible. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video, so I would definitely recommend checking that out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Well, like I said, I am subscribed to him, and I have the bell, but it just didn't tell me he had a new video. If he did, I would have reacted like 48 hours later, like I usually do with the new stuff. But it is what it is. But yeah, yo, I always tend to make these videos about him really long for some reason. I don't know. I really like. It's a saga, really, and I'm basically at the point where it's like I could stop, but I'm so far into this lore and into all this to like not stop. You know what I mean? Like I'm so far into it that I have to see it through to the end until to the actual sentencing, right? So yeah, will this number go up in the title next time? Probably. Will there be a different title? Probably not. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.